Walk into any Walmart on a Saturday afternoon, and you'll see the same scene. Shoppers loading Ninja air fryers into their carts, drawn in by those sleek dual-zone displays and $89 price tags that seem too good to pass up. The packaging promises restaurant-quality results, faster cooking, and healthier meals. And for the first few months, it delivers. Your frozen fries come out crispy, your chicken breasts don't dry out, and you're telling your friends they need to get one. Then, around month 13, something changes. The touch panel stops responding, one zone quits heating, or the whole thing just dies mid-cook, leaving you with half-done wings and a $100 paperweight. You check online and realize you're not alone. Thousands of people are asking the same question: why did my Ninja air fryer die right after the warranty expired? Here's what's actually happening to these machines, and why it keeps happening to the same models over and over again. The control board time bomb. Let's start with the failure that's become almost predictable at this point. The touch control panel on Ninja air fryers has a shelf life, and that shelf life seems to be somewhere between 12 and 18 months for a disturbing number of units. One Costco shopper posted on Reddit, bought the Ninja AF400 UK Dual Zone in February 2024 for $139. Used it maybe 3 times a week. December 2025, middle of cooking Christmas dinner prep, the whole thing just went dark. No lights, no response, completely dead. Changed the fuse, tried different outlets, nothing. It's 18 months old. Here's what's happening inside these units. Ninja air fryers use capacitive touch sensors instead of physical buttons. These sensors are mounted on a flexible circuit board behind the front panel. Every time you cook, heat rises from the cooking chamber, and moisture from your food creates condensation inside the unit. That moisture migrates upward and eventually seeps under the touch panel membrane. The official Ninja troubleshooting guide actually acknowledges this. Their fix? Unplug the unit for 2 hours, then use a hairdryer to blow warm air on the control panel for several minutes. Press and hold each button for 10 seconds. Then wait another 2 hours before plugging it back in. That's not troubleshooting. That's a Hail Mary for a fundamentally flawed design. And here's the kicker. When this fix works, it's temporary. You're buying yourself maybe another month or 2 before the control board fails completely. A repair technician on Just Answer put it bluntly, this indicates a fault with the touch control board that will need replacement. The cost? Ninja doesn't sell individual control boards to consumers. You need the entire control module assembly, which runs $35 to $45 plus shipping, assuming you can even get the part and feel comfortable doing the repair yourself. The brutal math: your $89 air fryer needs a $50 repair at 14 months. Or you just buy another one and hope you get luckier this time. The heating element lottery. Even if your control panel survives, there's a second failure point that's becoming increasingly common. The heating element itself just stops heating. One Walmart reviewer wrote, Ninja AF161 Max XL bought it for $99 in January 2024. Everything worked fine until October, and then one day it turns on, timer counts down, fan runs, but zero heat. Food comes out stone cold. It's literally just blowing air now. This isn't a calibration issue. The heating element in these units operates at 400 degrees Celsius or higher, cycle after cycle. That extreme thermal stress causes the element connections to fail over time. Sometimes it's a broken wire where the element connects to the power supply. Sometimes the element itself develops a crack. The fan keeps running because it's on a separate circuit, so the unit looks and sounds like it's working. You don't realize there's a problem until you open the basket and your supposedly air-fried chicken is raw. Here's what makes this particularly frustrating. Ninja advertises these air fryers with temperature ranges up to 450 degrees Celsius on some models. That's their selling point. Their max crisp technology that goes hotter than competitors. But pushing heating elements to those extreme temperatures repeatedly shortens their lifespan dramatically. A kitchen appliance repair blogger who tested multiple Ninja models found that units regularly used at maximum temperature failed within 10 to 14 months on average. Units kept at 375 degrees Celsius or below lasted significantly longer. But of course, nobody buys an air fryer to baby it with gentle cooking temperatures. One Reddit user summed it up. "I've had a Ninja Foodie for years and love it, but I find it takes a while to heat up now. It's on its way out, but we rely on this so much." Translation: the heating element is degrading, taking longer to reach temperature, and it's only a matter of time before it fails completely. The circuit breaker nightmare. Here's a failure mode that Ninja doesn't mention in their marketing materials. These air fryers trip circuit breakers, and it's not because your home's electrical system is inadequate. Multiple Amazon reviewers reported the same pattern. One person wrote, "Less than 6 months old, and the Ninja air fryer is popping and tripping breakers on whatever circuit we put it on now." Another said, "Just got the Ninja air fryer and it tripped my 15 amp breaker the first time I used it. I'm pretty sure it's the only thing on that circuit except for my Amazon Echo." The most telling review? Sadly, the Ninja Foodie grill blew out the wall plug just a minute or two after turning it on for the first time. No other appliances were running. We'll have to get the electrician in for an evaluation. What's happening here? These air fryers draw approximately 1,550 to 1,750 watts during operation. That's 13 to 15 amps on a standard 120-volt circuit. If your circuit is already carrying any load at all, or if the circuit breaker is older and slightly degraded, the surge when the heating element kicks on can trip it. But that doesn't explain units that trip breakers on dedicated circuits, or units that work fine for months and then suddenly start tripping breakers constantly. That points to a developing short circuit inside the unit itself, usually where the power cord connects to the main board, or where the heating element wire feeds through the chassis. One frustrated owner installed a completely separate GFCI circuit just for their Ninja air fryer, thinking that would solve the problem. It didn't. The unit still tripped the breaker every time. They eventually gave up and bought a different brand. The safety concern here is real. An appliance that's developing an internal short is a fire hazard. Ninja's response in these cases is typically to suggest trying a different outlet or checking your home's wiring, which shifts the blame to the customer's electrical system, rather than acknowledging a product defect. The dual zone disappointment. Ninja's dual zone technology, where 2 independent baskets can cook at different temperatures, is one of their major selling points. It's also one of their major failure points. Multiple Reddit users reported that one zone simply stops working while the other continues functioning normally. "My Ninja Dual Zone is 18 months old," one person wrote. "Zone 1 works perfectly. Zone 2, dead, won't heat, buttons don't respond, completely useless. It's like having a half-broken appliance taking up my entire counter." The problem stems from how Ninja designed the dual zone system. Rather than 2 completely independent heating and control circuits, the zones share components. When one component fails, it can disable an entire zone while leaving the other functional. The even stranger issue: some users report that using both zones simultaneously results in dramatically longer cooking times compared to using just one zone. One Reddit post explained, "I wish I stuck with my single basket Ninja. When I use both sides on the dual zone, everything takes way longer to cook. Apparently, this is a voltage issue in the US. Think about that. You pay extra for the dual zone model specifically to cook two things at once. But using both zones makes everything cook slower than if you just cooked them one at a time in a single basket model. That's not a feature, that's a design flaw. A Costco shopper reported the Ninja DZ401 Foodie was $129. Great for the first year. Then the sync function stopped working. Then one basket's temperature control went haywire, stuck on 300-degree Celsius regardless of what I set. 14 months after purchase, 1 month after warranty. The warranty runaround. Speaking of warranties, let's talk about Ninja's approach to covering these failures, because it's part of the pattern. Ninja offers a 1-year limited warranty on air fryers purchased after January 2023. Products purchased before that got 1 year through Ninja Plus, whatever the retailer offered. Here's where it gets interesting. The failure timeline for these units clusters right around 12 to 20 months, just outside warranty coverage. One UK consumer posted on a money-saving forum, bought a Ninja 15-in-1 from Argos in December 2021 for $269.99. Developed shut lid and slide fault at 20 months, rendering all functions unusable. Contacted Ninja customer services, who confirmed no troubleshooting available or repair for this fault. They suggested buying a new unit and offered 50% discount. Let that sink in. A $270 appliance fails at 20 months with a known sensor issue that Ninja acknowledges they can't fix, and their solution is to sell you another one at half price. That's not customer service. That's a subscription model disguised as a warranty claim. Another person reported, went through one Ninja thirsty. One side didn't work, got a replacement. Now the second one has the same issue. There is no warranty as it was replaced through them. Once you use your warranty replacement, you're on your own, even if the replacement has the same defect as the original. The warranty itself has some questionable terms. If you need a warranty repair, you have to ship the entire unit back to Ninja at your expense. Some customers report being told they need to include $19.95 for return shipping, which feels like adding insult to injury when you're already dealing with a defective product. And here's the real kicker. Ninja's customer service has a 2.2 out of 5 rating based on consumer complaint aggregators. The most common issues? Difficulty getting warranty claims processed, long wait times, and representatives who suggest buying a new unit rather than honoring the warranty. The clean air fryer paradox. One of the strangest patterns in Ninja air fryer failures. Units that are cleaned religiously seem to fail at similar rates to units that are rarely cleaned. That suggests the design itself has inherent weaknesses that careful maintenance can't prevent. Multiple users report that despite following cleaning instructions precisely, using only approved methods, and never putting baskets in the dishwasher despite them being advertised as dishwasher safe, their unit still failed around the 1-year mark. One person wrote, "I hand-washed my Ninja after every single use, wiped down the interior, cleaned the heating element with a damp cloth, made sure everything was completely dry before closing it. 14 months in, control panel died. Ninja support asked if I'd been cleaning it properly, like that was the issue. The dishwasher safe claim itself is questionable. While the baskets and crisper plates are technically dishwasher safe, the high heat and harsh detergents can degrade the non-stick coating faster than hand washing. But hand washing doesn't prevent the control board from failing, or the heating element from cracking, or the internal wiring from developing shorts. The models to avoid. Not all Ninja air fryers fail at the same rate. Based on complaint patterns and repair frequency, certain models show up repeatedly in failure reports. The AF400 UK Dual Zone appears to have a particularly high failure rate for control board issues, around 18 months. The AF161 Max XL shows consistent reports of heating element failures between 10 and 14 months. The DZ-BEST 401 and DZ-BEST 50 dual-zone models have documented issues with one zone failing while the other works. Interestingly, some of the older Ninja Foodie models that combine pressure cooking and air frying get better reliability reviews, with some users reporting 6+ years of daily use. But those are being phased out in favor of dedicated air fryer models, which seem to have shorter lifespans. What Ninja isn't telling you, and here's what becomes clear when you piece together all these failure reports. Ninja air fryers are built to a price point, not a quality standard. The company prioritizes features and marketing over durability. Those dual-zone baskets? Great for Instagram posts, questionable for longevity. That Max Crisp technology with 450 degrees pound temperatures puts extreme stress on components that aren't engineered to handle it long-term. Those touch controls? More modern-looking than buttons, more prone to moisture damage. The evidence suggests these units are designed with planned obsolescence in mind. Not necessarily malicious, but definitely calculated. Build an air fryer that works great for 12 to 18 months, just long enough to avoid mass warranty claims, then expect customers to upgrade to the next model when it fails. One industry analyst who tracks small appliance reliability noted that Ninja's business model relies on high volume and rapid product cycles. They release new models constantly, discontinue old ones quickly, and make replacement parts difficult to obtain. That's the opposite of a company that wants their products to last. The alternatives that actually last. Before anyone asks, yes, there are better options. Instant Pot's air fryers consistently get reliability marks for 3+ years of heavy use. Cosori models show lower failure rates, though they come with their own quirks. Even the basic Philips air fryers, while more expensive upfront, tend to outlast Ninja units by a significant margin. The brutal truth is this, that $89 Ninja air fryer at Walmart is cheap for a reason. You're not getting a bargain, you're renting an appliance for about a year. Add up the replacement cost and the frustration, and you would have been better off spending $150 on something built to last. The bottom line, if you already own a Ninja air fryer and it's working fine, use it and hope you got one from a good production run. But understand what you're dealing with. These are appliances with documented patterns of failure clustered right outside warranty coverage, control boards that can't handle normal cooking moisture, heating elements pushed beyond their design limits, and a manufacturer that treats failures as opportunities to sell replacement units. The reviews from people who love their Ninja air fryers are real. These units work great when they work. The problem is, when they work has an expiration date, and that date is stamped somewhere around month 13 to 18 for far too many units. Your kitchen deserves better than an appliance lottery. Your money deserves to buy something that lasts more than a year. And you deserve to know these patterns before you drop $100 on a machine that might be designed to fail right after the warranty expires. If you've dealt with a Ninja air fryer that died right around the 1-year mark, drop a comment below with your model number and what failed. The more people share their experiences, the harder it becomes for companies to pretend these patterns don't exist. And if you want honest reviews of kitchen appliances before dropping serious money, subscribe to this channel. Because somebody needs to tell you what the manufacturers won't.